Welcome to Fatherhood for the Rest of Us with Brandon Handley. Because you're already great at everything else, why not fatherhood too?
Hey, good morning. Thanks for tuning in, podcast listeners. This is Brandon Handley, Fatherhood for the Rest of Us, voice of a generation. Getting out of, just dropped Finn off for the garden club at his elementary school, and you know, you gotta wonder sometimes if you're in the right place at the right time. If listen to a buddy of mine, actually my coach as well, Sam Crowley, this morning doing his Sunday sermon, and I went to go press, skip, right? Cause whatever. But I went ahead and listened anyways, and I'm glad that I did. I don't recall exactly what he was talking about. But the thing is, I enjoyed his message, and I enjoyed his message because I know I've met him in person, and I enjoy him, and his energy it's when he's speaking, it's truth. It's the truth to him, and that's really what matters in terms of belief and what you believe in. As long if you believe that whatever it is that you're feeling is the truth, then you gotta let that out, man. You gotta let the truth. You gotta set the truth free. I don't know, kind of what the line is for it, but you gotta let it out. I'm watching traffic, making sure I don't get mangled, and you guys. This turns into like a black box incident. But, are you in the right place at the right time? And I believe we are. And parts of what make me believe that, what makes me feel good about what it is that we're doing here. I say I just talk about kind of Meg, myself, and the boys, and doing this podcast and living this life and being where we are as a collective today is lip smacks. That's funny. Ask me why that's funny someday, and if you know, tell me why it's funny. I posted in the Fatherhood for the Rest of Us closed group yesterday a little bit about something, being frustrated, having some frustrations, or not necessarily frustrations. It's when you're trying to teach your children how to do something, or you want them to behave a certain way, and you want it to happen like immediately, like right now. I'm sure anybody's a parent I'm sure has uttered, right now. Why aren't you doing it yet? It's been 13 seconds, if you give it that long. We imagine changing your entire self on the drop of a dime, drop of a pin, whatever. I don't know what you're dropping, but if you dropped it, like a bad habit, how long does it take to drop a bad habit? How long does it take for you to realize, be aware of what it is that you're doing that's making yourself crazy and or others crazy, and then figuring out how you stop it, and or if you really give a whiz bang about whether or not you care to drop it, right? I mean, our children are really not much different than you and I. We are not that far removed from childhood. I don't care how old you are. To not recall, be like, that person can go themselves, or I don't know. That was me. right? So when I see rebellious and when I see the wheels in their brain just burning rubber, like I think I can get away with it, I think I can do it, I'm going to push these boundaries and all of those things, sometimes I respect it. I really do. But brought all that up in the group, and a gentleman by the name of Phil Halfpenny gave a really just kind of awesome response in regards to his 6-year-old son, Joshua, who the two of them made a garden, and he's trying to teach his son patience, and and how growing the garden taught his child patience, and putting the effort into it, persistence, and doing it day in and day out. I don't know the full details, Phil, of how you got your garden growing, but I appreciated the story, and it made me think a minute about my own life, right? About we have a garden. He goes to a garden club, and he's learning these things, and I didn't even think about it. Can you believe that? I totally missed those opportunities. My intent on why they were growing a garden, or why we were growing a garden, was just to teach them the possibilities of things. You can grow your own food. And I also did it so that they would taste their own vegetables that they were growing. And those were the reasons that I had done it. You know what? I never go down this road. Well, I rarely go down this road. So let's take a shift in the paradigm today. So, and the question I'd asked in the group too was a reflective one, and Phil had mentioned too that he goes, I hate these questions because they make me reflect, and whereupon his answer prompted me to reflect and realize that that's what growing a garden does too. I hadn't thought about it in those terms, and even though once Phil typed it out and mentioned it, I was like, duh, yeah. And not only to teach them, it reminds me and teaches me to be a little bit more patient, and to be a little bit more persistent with the children, not just the garden. Maybe do we look at our children like they're the garden? Do we look like they're the weeds? Who knows? All I know is that you keep watering them, you keep feeding them, and you do the best that you can, and you certainly tend to them in the manner of a garden. But that's kind of what I've got for you today. So I want to say thanks to Phil for posting that one for us in the Fatherhood for the Rest of Us group, which is free. Go ahead and pop in there. Phil's also got a really nice group. Phil's got a lot of things going on. I highly recommend that I'm gonna tag Phil in this group in this post, and just reach out to him, say thanks for being Phil, and check out what he's doing. Like I say, he's got a number of things going on. He's an author. He's got some pretty cool groups going on. Whereupon, if you are being reflective in any state, if you are in search of forging yourself, if you are in search of just kind of anything really, if you're a seeker, then seek Phil out. I think that he's got a lot to offer, and he's got some cool groups going on. Like I said, he's getting good people together. Outside of that, if you have, if you're seeing this on Facebook Live, if I'm not it's not Facebook Live. If you're seeing this on Facebook, thanks for always tuning in and checking it out. Give us a thumbs up, show some hearts, give us some love. If you are catching this on iTunes, go ahead and I would love it if you could give a 5-star rating and a review. That helps others find us and have the same experience that you're having. If you're loving it, even if you're hating to love it, loving it to hate, I don't know. But if it's something that's shifting your paradigm, then let others know. And go ahead and also join. I've got a weekly mailer that goes out, just fatherhood tips, things that are crossing over that I'm finding to be helpful in my life, or planting seeds to do in my life. I go ahead and share that once a week, and you can join that at fatherhoodfortherestofus.com. And finally, if you want to join a good group, that's cool. If a group thing is not your thing, go ahead and reach out to me. We can talk one-on-one and see if you've got some challenges, see if there are some things that we can help you with, get you through. If you need an accountability partner, reach out, let me know. Love to hear from you. You can find me at reconstruct.brandonhanley.com, or reach out to me at brandon@fatherhoodfortherestofus.com. Guys, that is going to wrap this one up, and we'll talk later.